So now let's talk about a little bit of my history and a little bit of few of the things that I've learned that helped me to become successful in network marketing. By the time I was 27, 28 years old, I was earning $30,000, $35,000 a month, which back in those days was a lot of money. But the things I learned helped me to do that. The things I learned, of course, about network marketing, that you can start with very little and build something incredible. That you start with one person at a time, and then 2 people, and then 3 people. First thing you know, you've got 4 or 5 people involved with you in your organization. You first start with 5 or 10 customers, and then 40 or 50 customers, and then 100 customers. And so that philosophy of building person by person is very, very powerful. And that's why Mark chose this method of marketing. So I'd like to discuss some of Mark Hughes's philosophy. I'd like to give you some of the company philosophy. I'd like to give you some of my personal philosophy that I think will be beneficial to make this meeting here today very, very worthwhile. First of all, let me give you just a bit of the personal philosophy that really changed my life. In order to be successful, number 1 is to develop multiple skills. I was taught this back when I was 25 years old. When my first skill, of course, milking cows out on the farm, but it didn't pay very well. So here's what my mentor said when I was 25 years old: you must learn more than one skill. And especially now that we're entering the 21st century, if you were going to give someone excellent personal advice, here's the best advice you could give someone if they said, looks like you're successful, what personal advice would you give me for me to be successful? And here's what you should tell them: there's going to be fantastic opportunity in the 21st century. Not only in China, but every country of the world. Now that democracy and freedom and liberty is really sweeping the world, and now that capitalism, how to start with so little and develop service for the marketplace, is now the order of the day, opportunity in the 21st century is going to be unlimited. Now, especially for Herbalife, because the market for Herbalife products is more than we can even comprehend. Someone said to me not long ago, isn't $1 billion a year in sales a lot of sales? And I said, yes, but compared to the world market, it's like a grain of sand on the seashore. How much is $2 billion a year in sales? It's like 2 grains of sand on the seashore compared to the potential market around the world. When we get to 3 billion, that will be like 3 grains of sand on the seashore. Herbalife cannot grow fast enough to keep up with the market. We started selling Herbalife products 21 years ago in America. Today, there are more overweight people in America than there were when we started 21 years ago. And we're doing pretty good business in America. But we've only just barely touched the opportunity. So for the world as a whole, I think the 21st century is going to be a tremendous century of opportunity. But for Herbalife, it's going to be an unusual opportunity. Now, to take advantage of that opportunity, here's what you need. Number 1, multiple skills. More than one skill. When I was introduced to network marketing, I started learning these skills. Here's the first one I learned: how to make a sale, how to get a customer. I learned that skill, representing my product in the marketplace, getting people to say, yes, I will use your product. Now I've got 2 skills, milking cows and making sales. Guess which one paid better? Making sales, getting customers. Then I learned to recruit, build an organization, invite people to look at the opportunity and to join the company. And I found that recruiting people, getting them to do what you're doing, and if you're making an extra $100 a week selling Herbalife products, it's pretty easy to show someone how you're making this extra money, just by doing a few simple things, learning about the product, sharing it with other people. And I learned that recruiting paid extremely well. Because the marketing plan that I saw in the beginning was just two circles. One circle said, this is you, and you can sell this product and earn money. The second circle underneath said, you can introduce someone else to this business and help them to sell the product so that they can make money. Then the company will pay you extra money. That's what I saw at first. I only asked one question. How many of these people can I recruit to show them what I'm doing so that I'll make the extra money? And the answer was, as many as you wish. You can introduce as many people as you wish to the business. When I heard that, here was my comment: then I shall become wealthy. If there's no limit to the number of people that I can introduce to the business to show them what I'm doing so that they can make extra money, and then I not only make money on my own sales, but I make extra money by helping them to be successful. If that's unlimited, then my first response was, I shall become wealthy. That's all of the marketing system I really needed to see and to hear about for me to get excited about recruiting. Now, recruiting involves just three simple things. One is inviting people to look at the opportunity. The first people I wanted to look, of course, was my friends and relatives. And I said to them, it's not important to me that you join what I've got. It's not important to me that you buy, but it is important that you look. Because a year from now, if I'm doing very well, I wouldn't want you to call and say, how come you didn't call me? You didn't share with me this opportunity. And since I don't want that to happen a year from now, I'd like for you to at least look. I'm going to get plenty of people to join, so it's not important to me that you join, but it is important to me that you at least look. And so I learned to give a good invitation. Here was also one of my good invitations. I would be talking to someone and I would say, have you found the opportunity that's going to be excellent for financial opportunity for you and your family forever? Have you found the opportunity that's going to provide financial security for you and your family? If the answer was no, here was my second question. Are you actively looking for the opportunity that's going to provide financial security for you and your family? And if the answer to that question was no, then I said, let me give you the best advice perhaps that you've ever heard. The best advice you've ever heard, because this advice was given to me. If you haven't found the opportunity that's going to provide financial security for you and your family, the advice that was given to me was, you should start actively looking. Every week, you should spend some time looking for the opportunity that's going to provide financial security for you and your family. So, the advice that was given me helped me to quickly find Herbalife this opportunity. And so I would offer you that same advice. Actively look so that you can report to your family, I'm still looking for the opportunity that's going to make us financially successful for the rest of our lives. I'm actively looking. So if you would accept my advice and to actively look, my opportunity I can show you right away. If you have time, we can get together just personally. If you have time, you can come to a meeting where we share the opportunity. And if you look at the opportunity I have, and if that's not for you, then here would be my advice. Keep looking until you find the opportunity that's going to give you financial security for you and your family forever. That was one of my invitations. So I learned to invite. Then I learned that there were two kinds of meetings, two kinds of presentation. One was informal, just person to person. Wherever, in a coffee shop, having a cup of coffee, talking to someone person to person. Because Herbalife is a fairly simple plan. You can sell this product, then you can introduce someone to sell the product, show them what you're doing, making an extra $100 a week. And for doing that, they make some money, but you also make some extra money. It's very simple to share the plan. Then there's the formal meeting, and you all know what the formal meeting is, where someone describes the history of the company, someone describes the product, someone does the marketing, and then you finish up the meeting asking people to consider being a part of Herbalife. Now, I learned recruiting. So first of all, I learned sales. That greatly changed my income. Second, I learned recruiting. And of course, that multiplied my income some more. So now I've got how many skills? 3, milking cows, making sales, recruiting people. Here's the next skill that really helped my business to grow, and that's organization. Once you've got 4 or 5 people, you organize them to work together.